Hey sisters, so again nothing really interesting has happened. However, I for some random reason maybe the quarantine is getting to me, but I suddenly got a concept of what might be a good Disney movie uh number. Like not entire movie, just a musical number in my head, but I don't think it's quite up to that standard, so let's call it a Disney movie number knockoff, because let's be honest, it's probably very derivative and cheesy. And it's not like really hammered out, and I probably am not gonna go anywhere with it, but like in case you're interested, you can let me know, and then maybe I'll create a vocal demo so you could hear what I'm hearing in my imagination. But because I couldn't just you know, write a musical number without it having a background, here is the plot of this pretend movie that's never gonna exist. So, there is a princess, of course, and she has grown up just being very by the book and doing whatever is required of her, because in her tragic backstory, not her parents, but an older cousin of hers who was much more vivacious and independent, uh, used to just do whatever. And when she wanted to run off with a sailor, it was forbidden. And when she tried to run away, she wound up uh, not surviving, and that's traumatized this princess into compliance. And then the other main character is this prince who is shunned by the rest of his family, mostly because, as the fourth prince in a kingdom that already has like three, he seems excessive. And also because he was not one of the queen's sons, but he was the son of one of the concubines. So there's another level of shunning. And then to make it even more isolating, he's got, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but heterochromia, which is when your eyes have different colors. And in their culture, that is like a sign of bad luck. So that's like triple whammy. And he just wants to do something that will gain him acceptance in his kingdom and in his father's court, and have his father notice him, even though, because despite him bringing him into the court when he didn't have to, he hasn't really paid attention to him and what he's going through, and he just basically never cares about anything that he does. And so he had convinced the court to allow him to be the one who they present. Because, like, these two kingdoms, they had an alliance, and they decided that they would strengthen that alliance by political marriage, as you do. And he convinced them to let himself be the one that they choose, because this way they still get the alliance, but the kingdom wouldn't have to worry about them trying to doing a hostile takeover, because he basically has no um birthright to the kingdom that he belongs to. And even though they're afraid that they might reject him because of his station and his physical appearance, he's hoping that maybe they don't have the same superstition and it'll work out. And then, just as they're about to meet, in the moment when they're presented to each other, the princess gets, for some reason, this is the moment that she snaps and she runs away. And then most of the plot, or at least the first third of the plot, is him trying to get her back, partially to regain his honor, as it were, but partially because he just wants to know what he did that offended her so badly that she wouldn't even give him like a day or like a minute just to get to know him. And she's meanwhile trying to dodge him. And I imagine that this would eventually wind up with them going on a pirate adventure with a bunch of pirates that used to be a part of the said sailor who was like the lover of the dead cousin princess. Like, they didn't used to be pirates until that whole incident happened, and once the captain was executed for whatever, you know how it is, they just were like banished, like nobody would do business for them, and so they had to turn to piracy. Because what else are you gonna do when you've got sailing skills, but and nobody wants to do business with you? And then so it goes. And now that I think of it, well, not now, just as I was thinking of more details, I think this would make more sense as like a show than a movie because there's just too much plots to go through and it would be a little cluttered for just like 1.5 hours. And the number itself would take place during the chase, like just as he finds her after tracking her down for like months. And this is their first interaction since they were first introduced to each other. And then as he's chasing her and she's running away from him, they sing this duet about their frustrations of the situation that they're in. And there it would be. So, this was a little ridiculous, but I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. And if you want me to actually, like, throw together some lyrics into this song that I was thinking of, then let me know. I mean, I should give you some kind of preview, so here's the melody that I've thought of so far. It'd be for the chorus or something like that. It would be like na da 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 na na da 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 da, 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 da. So yeah, very generic. Well, I think I'm gonna remove this towel because it'll be fine to air dry. Just had another hair washing day. Yay for a good scalp hygiene. Well, that is all I have to talk about. Love ya.